Hello, YouTube. This is me again. Hi. Say hello, guys, with my kids. And
we have some favorites here
we're spending time.
for your next video.
Okay, we're not going to do that many videos. We're spending time together during this quarantine, and I'm doing some read-alouds. When I was inspired by the district, I saw the superintendent doing read-alouds, and I thought, you know what? My kids need read-alouds too as well. So I have this little art space upstairs. It was actually in like an abandoned room, and so I decided to make into a little art room. So that's why you see artwork in the background, and it's where I have my meetings. But it's nice. I like it upstairs. So the book that I'm going to read, this is my personal copy. I haven't given it a good life. It's called Where the Wild Things Are. It's a story and pictures by Maurice Sendak, and this my copy. I've taken it with me everywhere, to my job, all these schools, all these places that I go to, and I love this book. So I will read this to my kids, and I'll show you, okay, some pictures. If you're a kid, welcome, and it's good to read, guys. It's good for your skills. Where the Wild Things Are.
Can you see? Well, why?
Listen. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind.
Whoa, I'm the king of monsters.
And another. Look at him. He's chasing his animals.
Can I see? Oh, I don't like my dog. He's rude.
His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. So his mama said, "I'm not gonna act like that." That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. Look at that forest. He grew a forest in his room. And grew.
Can I see? I'm seeing first. My favorite is the forest.
Her favorite is the forest. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines, and the walls became a world all around. Look at that. That is his room. But really? Is it his room? Do you really think that a forest grew in Max's room?
Yes.
Something you gotta think about.
No, I don't.
And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through the night and day. So from a forest, an ocean grew in his room. Look at that.
All right, sometimes in the front.
Nope, pay attention. Okay. And in and out of weeks, and almost over a year, to where the wild things are. So he traveled in and out of weeks and almost a year in his room. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars, and gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. So there goes their terrible teeth and their terrible claws. Those are some wild things. In his room somewhere. I don't know where he went, but look at that. Can you believe it? Can you believe that all those animals, those wild things, came in his room after he was being mischievous? You guys better think about it next time. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened, and they called him the most wild thing of all. king of all wild things. He was the king of the wild things. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. So Max is having a wild rumpus with these wild things. Wow. This is their wild rumpus. Look at that. This is their wild rumpus. What do you think is a wild rumpus?
I think it's the home.
It looks like they're having a party, but I don't know.
Maybe that's the home.
Maybe a fiesta. They're having a fiesta party. Wow, look at him. Look at Max being the king of the wild things. Look at that. Just take a moment to think of this beautiful art. Isn't that beautiful? Even though it's scary. It's scary, beautiful. Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Where could be the place where someone loves him? Where could he be loved at the most?
Our parents.
Then all around from far away across the world he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being the king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." So Max, he wants to go somewhere where he knows he is loved. Where do you think he wants to go?
Back home.
Back home? The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. So he was leaving. He wasn't coming back. And sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. So supper was still in his room. And his supper was still hot. The end. So guys, do you think that he really was gone for a year if his supper was still warm?
Yeah.
Things to think about. Well, thank you for joining us on this little read aloud, a little snippet. And I hope that you enjoyed it. And maybe next time I will read all these books, but not today. Have a good day.
Wait, no.